thing that might actually fix this whole problem altogether is really, are you leaning forward when you're riding? This is very common problem, especially with beginner riders. And today we're going to try and fix the problem. I'm going to give you many tips that you can try both on the horse and off the horse. But first we need to think about why are we leaning forward? Because there might be many reasons. Actually, quite a common reason is fear. So we're kind of going into this protective position, but that's actually very counterproductive, because when we're in this position, we're kind of in front of the horse's movement. If the horse makes any sudden movements, we fall off very easily. One other reason might be lack of balance. Might be maybe gripping with the knees a little bit to find stability. So one common reason is that you don't actually know, your brain is telling you that you are sitting straight, but actually you're leaning forward. So your brain is kind of lying to you. So you might feel that you are sitting straight, but actually you're not, you're leaning forward. That is an issue with proprioception, so knowing how your body is positioned without actually looking. In that case, what helps, of course, if you have an instructor that could tell you when you're actually sitting straight. If there are mirrors where you're riding, then of course use them. And just having somebody on the ground or another friend riding to tell you when you're actually straight, that can be very helpful, and then you will learn to recognize when you're actually straight and when you're not. What might also help is to think that you're leaning back a little bit, because then you might actually be straight. However, you need to be a little bit careful with this, because over time, when you're always thinking that you're leaning back a little bit, you might actually start leaning back, because over time your body might get used to that little correction, and then if you're always just thinking that you need to lean back a little bit, you actually might be over correcting, and then in the end you might be actually leaning back, and we don't want that either. Now, what can be very helpful is to do some training off the horse. So really think about your posture when you're not riding. Try to improve your balance. There are many exercises you can do, and what's very helpful for improving your overall riding position, your balance and your stability is training your core. If you have not done any core training, then check this video. I will also link it in the description, because there's a very simple plan and all the tools you need to get started with core training. Now, then what you can do on the horse. First thing that might actually fix this whole problem altogether is really concentrating on where you're looking. Do a little test. Lean forward like this, and then try to look forward. So it's actually quite difficult to lean forward and then also look forward where you're going. So you will naturally, if you just concentrate on looking forward, you're going to be sitting up a lot more straighter. So leaning forward and looking down pretty much always go together. Now, what you could think about is that if the horse would suddenly disappear from under you, would you land balanced on your feet, or would you land on your face? Another useful image is to think that you have this big shiny crown on your head, and think that you're really carrying that crown proudly. That will immediately improve your posture and your position. So I hope this video was helpful for you. By the way, if you haven't downloaded my ebook Tackle the Bounce, go and click the link in the description to get your own copy. See you in the next video. Bye!